Don't try to compare us to a little fad on the Mac and a Mac. Just jump in the fucking lake, Josh. Don't make me do the whole rap song.
Okay, I was thinking I was going to do like an Assassin's Creed and climb up the wall or something. I don't know, whatever.
Do a Butch Cassidy and Sundance.
It's funny because I didn't actually jump from here. I actually went down the ramp a little ways that they provide.
So did I.
And then I jumped. And
Oh.
I wonder why
you don't want to jump that far. You don't
option.
know how. Yeah, well, you don't want to jump that far. You don't know how cold the water is.
I like that he's still in his formal suit, even though he's a prisoner.
That is a really good, and it's still like
yeah.
it still looks pretty crisp too.
Good point. Does he polish his like boots and his buttons every day? Wakes up like, oh,
you get a rash
7 to 7:30.
of
7 to 7:30.
bread.
Starch my suit. 7:30 to 7:45. Get horribly tortured. 7:45 to midnight. Get horribly tortured some more.
Is there a game where you get tortured and it actually is at least somewhat emotionally affecting? Because this game failed pretty badly at that.
Oh yeah, big time.
That rat was doing weird shit.
So
Big
I
time
think
that there
the
is a
bottom
game.
line is, that at this point you don't feel angry and betrayed and like you desire revenge, which
you
is
feel more
you know,
like,
with all,
I was
feel annoyed.
supposed to feel this, I guess.
You kind of
This
feel like
is
they pulled a
inconvenient.
stupid, not very funny prank. Like they hid
And
your
here we
flash
have
drive while
the
you're on your way
monster
to
movie rats.
deliver a lecture or something.
The monster
Can
movie
make
rats are actually
masks
really cool.
disappear.
Yeah, they're cool because it's not like a illusion. All those rats do have individual AIs.
That and the fact that, I mean, in this universe, rats are evil and they carry the plague and they will eat anything. And actually, that's a mechanic. They're teaching you, hey, rats will go after dead bodies, which does become important in a number of ways.
Right, and it ties in with the plot of the game where you've got this rat plague that's killing the city. I like it. It's giving us setting, it's giving us mechanics all at once. Yeah, now that we're a little ways in here, now it starts doing a good job. It taught us there. It showed us. Okay, it showed us that rats are dangerous, and now it's letting us face rats on our
I
own.
murdered them. I feel accomplished. I killed the rat. Truly, this was the greatest video game opponent I have ever murdered.
I like how you could swing your sword sideways and kill like 16 rats, but honestly, the alternative would have been way too frustrating, so it's cool. I don't mind.
Right.
This is so dark.
I hate.
really
I'm
is.
trying to like kind of rush through this level because I hate how dark it is here. I had to stop playing the first time I played this game because of how dark this was. I just got so fed.
Because
up
you were
with it.
afraid?
Oh,
Oh.
corpse.
Well,
No,
it is
I was not
frustrating. Like you
This game is not very frightening.
No.
Like, even when it tries to be, which
Um,
it doesn't do very often, but because
the-
it was
having
so
just-
annoying to try to navigate.
Having just finished System Shock 2 and having played through System Shock 1 recently, the password on the safe up ahead is either 005451 or just 451. I can't remember which.
It's 451.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that
Yeah.
was the one thing I didn't get. It said something
It-
about a
it's
whiskey
the-
bottle, but I'd already broken all the whiskey bottles, and I was like,
It's
fuck.
the
No,
it's the
Josh,
standard
it's not on a
looking
whiskey
Lesco.
bottle. It's on like a whiskey poster that's like right past.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's 451 is the very first door code or combination you run into in System Shock 2, Deus Ex,
Human Revolution.
and Human Revolution, and it's your room number in
Right.
Deus Ex 2.
So that was it going like, hey, look, we know this game.
Yeah,
thing.
look, we're one of these games, right? We have that code at the beginning. That makes us
So
able
you're
to stand
supposed
with
to
these
take-
games.
To be
Corpses
fair,
up
Harvey
here.
Smith worked on this. I mean,
that they've just been dumping
Okay,
in.
that's another good like subtle moment. Like, doesn't the elixir protect against the plague? Maybe. Like that's a
I
good
like
sort of
that.
scene-setting moment. There's an elixir, it protects them against the plague, but doesn't really. Paranoia is at an all-time high. It's making people lazy. The guards are corrupt. People are dying. You learn so many things in just a couple lines of dialogue. That's
Yeah.
good writing, and that's what this game
Yes.
needs a lot more of.
So
yeah.
you're supposed to use this to kind of get the rats out of the way, but fuck that shit. This is spoiler warning. We murder all the rats.
This is not going to end well.
No, he's doing all right. Maybe
Yep.
But
not.
all the rats?
Jesus
no.
Christ, that's a lot of rats.
I told you this is not going to end well.
Hey, I didn't die. Yeah! Take that, rats! What else has this world got for me?
So if rats are counted as individual enemies, you've already failed all of the chaos for
They're not. They're not. They don't add to chaos rating, and I don't believe they count as humans killed either.
Yeah, animals don't
Which is
count
another
the chaos
interesting
either.
thing. This
Dogs
game is
don't.
sort of notorious for having vague as crap achievements.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, is that a theme of this game is
There's
like
something
that
over here.
you kill the fact that you kill whales is part of the reason you're such terrible people, and it's decaying your moral character. And you can shoot dogs, and it doesn't actually count towards like the moral scale for this game.
I
The
never
whole
even
moral
bought that
angle
much.
is really vague in this game in a lot of different ways.
Right, in which there's actually a strong debate as to whether you can even call it a moral choice system,
Yeah,
I guess.
Is it really morality, or is it just like you do things well? You could make the case that the
So-
low chaos is just as evil, it's just less chaotic.
Check this out, guys.
Yeah. Well,
I
certainly
love
some
how
of
the
the low
traps in
chaos.
this game, you can find the tripwires, but all you can do is this.
Yeah, all you can
It's
do is
like,
trigger
what's
them.
the
You can't
point?
step over it. You can't step over. Well, you can
Well,
slide
you
under.
can, but
You can
but
throw a
you
bottle
would
at
think
it, I
that
think.
if this were like Fallout or whatever, you'd be able to like disarm the trap, but you can't do that.
What? How about disarm? I was frustrated. I was like, man, I can't wait until I unlock the ability to disarm traps, and then I realized, oh, traps are barely a thing in this game, and you can never disable.
They only
them.
appear in the first few levels. Blah blah blah. All right. I love how this place is so. Oh look, crossbows, because these are important. These are good. These are better than pistols.
Yeah, you'll
I
use
like
a
how
lot of this in the game.
I like how this
That's not
place
sarcasm.
is so linear that they can predict exactly the route I'll be taking and drop supplies on it.
Yeah.
No, they just dumped like 50 cases. You would not believe how much it cost.
It is kind
Actually-
of funny, like, you realize all these other people have been down here, and you're like, wait, did all these other people do all this climbing and swimming through the sewers shenanigans to just get to their little hovel in there?
And why aren't
How
they
did
just...
they deal
oh,
for? It's kind of funny to imagine like them like Pierrot crouching on a crate, like waiting for the rats to go by.
Alright,
Okay, look past this note to the wall directly ahead of you. Yeah.
1.
Or you could just cheat. That's also cool.
It's
I
not
love
cheating.
You guys
It's
told
the
me
it's
to
the
it. Or told
it's
it
the
to me. Told me
friggin'
to. What
it's the
fuck
looking
am I
glass
talking about?
code.
Oh, it's not cheating. It's genre savvy. I'll be sure. I'll be sure to say that next time I play a role-playing game.
Well, Rutskarn, you
Oh,
don't
how
know.
did I
Maybe
miss that?
Corvo has played those games. Maybe
That's true.
Corvo's a big System Shock fan. In fact, I role-played him
Okay,
as a
why
guy
can't
who
I-
was a huge fan of System Shock. So that's how I justified.
So what? Where am I looking for this thing that actually shows it?
We're not. There's no point in actually looking at it, Josh.
I
Besides,
wanna
you've already
know where the
bypassed
fuck
it.
it was. Oh.
To be fair,
You
it took
have
me
a
an embarrassingly
flashlight.
long amount of time to find it.
I don't have a. I wish I had a flashlight. What is this thing? This is like a Star Tours car.
A Star Tours
This was-
car.
Rail. Yeah.
No, it's not a car for the Star Tours.
Okay. I want a show of hands here. How many people, like, since there's been so many bottles lying around, took this opportunity to pick up a bottle and save and bean that guy in the head at least once?
Did not.
I
Did
did.
not. I was always frustrated that I couldn't keep them. Like Deus Ex, I wanted to save them for later. You know, an item hoard.
I didn't know you could do the airdrop thing already in the game. That's cool.
And it actually gave me the prompt for the tutorial right before I dropped on him.
Welcome to how Josh is going to be killing a good percentage of these enemies.
A good percentage of the people that exist in this game world.
Although, I kind of want to,
Mask, so I can't zoom yet.
you know.
So the problem with it being a moral choice or not a moral choice, whether you do lethal or non-lethal, is that it really is high chaos, low chaos, and it uses the words high chaos, low chaos, but it judges you as if it was a moral choice system.
Yeah.
Right.
At the
And here's
end,
the thing:
it acts
a lot
like
of the
you
low
were
chaos
evil.
options are doubly evil.
Yes.
Right.
Where you spare somebody's life to condemn them to something that's at least as bad as killing them.
Were I like any of the people in this game, if I were given the choice between being killed and being put through what you put people through for low chaos, I think I'd probably have to seriously consider being killed.
So this confuses the fuck out of me. I'm looking up here. It's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Very
Oh
clearly
yeah, and here,
nighttime
welcome
out
to
there,
Half-Life 2, by
right?
the way.
Yeah, and now it's
Same art
daytime.
director, same art director.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Actually, here's a good question. Does like how you resolve Actually, I guess I'm sorry. I think I'm wrong. I think how you resolve missions does not actually correspond to high or low chaos. Like how you
It does.
take people out.
It does.
Yeah,
It counts for
It
deaths.
totally
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Oh look,
Oh,
it's Al
there's that.
Pacino, our boatman. Am I the only person that thought this
Wait
guy
here,
was both
I
a
need a
Deadbringer
moment.
in appearance and voice for Al Pacino?
Yes, this guy's nothing to do with Al Pacino. I don't see it at all.
You don't see it at all. You suck.
What the fuck? Why are we hitting him with a sword?
Did you just disband the conspiracy?
I may have.
Well,
missed
good game, guys. Again.
Why did you do that?
Hi, my name is
You-
Sam, and I'm gonna hit you with a sword.
Do you hate Al Pacino that
So
much?
actually, during the first Annie Paladin, I role-played as Reginald Cuthbert, and the guy running the game occasionally had to do that a few times. Like in one case, we're walking through an alley and we see some guys with suits, and he's like, some guys with suits come up, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna wait to hear what they say. I'm just gonna charge with my knife and slash them. So the DM like processes that for a second. And he's just like, okay. So the guys are walking to the edge of the alley, and they say, "We saw you, son of a bitch!" Ah! And then combat happens, I guess.
I think we're the red versus blue characters.
So here's your first indication that your future friends are not necessarily what they seem. They
Which is great because
have
we've never even met them.
Well, I mean, they have a bar that operates out of a dogfighting pit,
Yes.
and they don't make mention of
Hurting
it.
hurting animals is universal storytelling for these people are bad. Somebody hurts an animal, they're evil. That's how. And so having them make their base in a pit fight for dogs is kind of gives them away. But
another thing where
I
you-
love this scene. I love
Oh.
this entire scene. I heart it so much.
I love this
Yeah,
area.
Like, yeah, this
Well, let's
area, not this
clarify.
scene, but
The art
This
direction in
area.
this game is by far the best part of it.
oh yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
I like the
I mean, look at this
design of the
place.
mechanics a lot too, but yes, visually it's gorgeous.
Right.
I mean, fucking look at this place. It's beautiful.
And
Did you
interesting.
just want-
It doesn't feel like something. This is. Look how colorful it is, and yet also really, really worn down. As opposed to, the Fallout 3 school of, well, how do we make it look crappy? Well, I guess we'll make everything green and brown.
And yet, something about how this place is rendered makes it both
Still
immediately
stuff.
like painterly and stylistic, and it feels exactly like a real place.
Yeah.
It feels sort of like Team Fortress meets Thief meets sort of a steampunk Victorian era, which I guess would be Thief, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. And I love me some steampunk, so anytime I can get steampunk flavor, I'm happy. So, yeah, I love the world design I love these environments, all the environments. Once we get out of the prison, it's too dark to see.
Seamus just had a glitch in the Matrix, don't worry.
Yeah, that was weird.
You kind of
Watch
went
it not
saved
come
for a
out
second
in
there,
editing,
Seamus, but it's cool.
And
Oh, that's cool.
everybody's like, "What the fuck, man?" For a conspiracy composed entirely of rich people, you guys don't have a lot of loot.
So I'm never clear exactly on what's up with the maid. Is she the maid? Like, does she clean up around here in addition to being a maid in her normal life?
Which maid, Callista or the other girl?
The one who walks around in a maid costume.
Oh, I need to...
Callista,
Oh, you
right?
guys don't want me to let him
No, that's the other one.
Yeah.
See, there's such strong
Lydia.
characters in this game.
Lydia.
Lydia.
It's
She's a maid. I mean, that's her job.
Yeah, but she walks around in a maid uniform. Why?
Because she's a maid, and that's her job.
And that's who she is.
Well, I
It
mean,
is.
we can certainly criticize the game for showing her as only a maid, and that's all the game shows. But I think the game does a decent enough job of explaining why she's dressed like a maid.
Well, no, but she's like, this is the conspiracy headquarters. She's just hanging around. She's gonna be here more or less indefinitely. She doesn't say anything like, I'm about to go to work. You know, she does not... You know, we come here at different times of the day, and she's always here, and she's always in her maid uniform.
We can discuss this further.
Well, I mean, it's
It just
a
feels
pub.
weird.
But before you retire, you should introduce
But
yourself.
I thought it was like an abandoned pub because there's a conspiracy here,
Buys him that right.
and because
Yeah,
it
this
talks
place
about how
is
it's like an
closed.
ex-pub.
Yes.
Yeah.
The arrows is much an art.
And pubs
it
don't have
closed?
maids. Yeah.
The gear you'll need.
yeah.
I mean,
you can't.
I-
Well, you can't get out of this area of town. It's like locked down.
You guys want to know the best part about this pub, though? I can't drink anything! Look at
Wait,
all
wait.
of these empty bottles!
If it's a closed pub, how are they getting beer deliveries?
Who the fuck knows?
They're drinking constantly in this place, and it's not just
That's
bottled
a good
beer.
point.
They have it on draft.
It must be like a private club.
I get,
mean,
yeah,
you
I
don't-
get the
you never
feeling
see the
it's a
public in
private
here.
club. I
Maybe
mean, it
that's
does
a better
look
way
pretty
to
high
think.
class for Victorian-era pubs.
Everything in this game that isn't spelled out to
Not
you
a
is
single
very
fucking
confusing and
bottle in here
ambiguous.
that has any alcohol in it. Why?
I love the ceiling over the bar, although. Having
Let
said all
me
that, I love that
drink
ceiling over the
you.
bar.
Get in my
No, the
belly.
whole area is gorgeous, and it feels lived in. It feels real. I mean, oh, they brew the
Yeah.
beer there. That just is my answer right there. It's a lived-in, real-world universe. It's just the conspiracy makes no sense and never did.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the
Okay, so we're about to meet Brad Dourif's character. Now, Brad Dourif basically has made an entire career out of playing extremely sketchy guys. I think his most famous role is Grima Wormtongue from the Lord of the Rings movies, but he
Seamus.
also played...
Chucky. Chucky is a more famous role than Grima Wormtongue.
You know, I don't... I don't think of Chucky. I've never seen a single Chucky movie. So, that doesn't occur to me.
Technically, they're the Child's Play movies.
Yeah. Well, and but another thing he did is on Star Trek Voyager, he played the one crazy guy that liked to
Right.
murder
Wait,
people.
Josh, before you meet him, hold up.
Too
Oh,
late.
fuck, too late. So here's the thing about this character. You listen, like some guys like, this guy's really prickly and ornery, you know, you better watch this guy. Whoo, he'll just go right off on you. And you occasionally hear other people referencing him as being really contentious and sort of, you know, argumentative. And then you meet him, and not only is everything he say completely blake and
that rather
conciliatory,
well.
or very bland or conciliatory, listen to his voice, because
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy that tone. That's the only tone he's
It
got.
sounds like he's just phoning it in.
He is phoning it in. All the voice actors in this game are phoning it in at all times.
I wonder if he just didn't have the... I mean, given that Brad Dourif is...
I didn't
What?
catch that.
Something funny happened.
I tossed the whale oil tank at him, and his reaction after shaking it off was, I speculated this might happen.
He does that.
That is the best. I mean, he does that whenever, like, something random and hostile happens around him, but...
The first time you threw
What?
the whale oil tank at him, he didn't say anything, but as soon as you turned around, he cracked a light Yagami just as planned smile. Why can't we give him that
Oops.
perfectly good full tank of whale oil?
Because doing that just killed him.
Oh!